Mrs. Apple?
I have to get my trials together and get them sent out tomorrow. So things are going well. And I'll set up my next hour session with Jared.
Okay. And you and I should also have an individual session where we can go follow up with your Instagram people as well.
You mean before Sunday or on Sunday?
So Sunday I have the landmark forum.
Oh, okay.
So I will be finished. I think we complete at 6 p.m. on Sunday evening. So I should be finished before our call. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, that would be a good time to do that because you haven't followed up with those people, right?
No, not since I sent you the messages.
Okay. And you got some really great prospects there, so that's amazing. Okay, I do have a call at 9, so I want to get into this, and I want you guys to be able to ask any questions um, as well, because I know that this is, a relatively new topic for you both. So we can jump right in. So just right off the bat, right? The reason why it says solid residual income for life is because the STI system, right? STI is Success Team International. That's the name of our team. It's the biggest team in the world for USANA right now. Is the whole strategy that we have for the compensation plan is really creating solid income. So some teams, some people, they like to sort of play with the compensation plan a little bit and try to rank advance like really, really quickly and do those things. But we really encourage people to not focus so much on growing quickly, but really growing solid. Because ultimately our compensation plan is really set up for long-term wealth creation. It's about creating solid and residual income. Yeah. Okay. So here's the basics. Okay. So the way that you can become an achiever, which is basically you become an achiever the first time you make a $400 commission check. And the easiest way, or one way of becoming an achiever, just as an example, and becoming an executive achiever, which means you're making $400 a week on average, all you need to do is get basically 4 sharers on each one of your legs, left and right, and have them be executive sharers. So a sharer is someone who makes a $50 commission check. And if you have 4 people on each one of your legs making $50 a week, then that means that you're making an average of $400 a week. And the reason for that is because a sharer, in order to have a $50 commission check, right? You need basically 500 on each side of their business each week. You guys with me so far?
Yes.
So if you have 4 sharers, the total points of those 4 shares is 2,000 points each week. So if you have 2,000 left and right of your BC1, 20% of 2,000 is 400. So that's how you come up with the 400 CVP. So remember, the goal here is that you're sponsoring people who are interested in the business, and you're just teaching them how to have consistent checks coming in each week. This is really the goal, is to start small and build up. So all you need is 4 shares on each leg, and then you're making $400 a week. Now, here's what happens if you have a 200-point auto order, okay? So remember, even if you have 3 business centers, if you have a 100-point auto order, then you can see here only the BC1 is active, right? So only one of your 3 business centers is active if you have a 100-point auto order. Now, if you open up all 3 of your business centers by having a 200-point auto order, okay, now you can go left and right of your second and third business center. Okay, so now you only need 4 shares in total because you can place them left and right of your BC2 and left and right of your BC3. So instead of needing 4 on the left and 4 on the right, you only need 1 on the left of your second business center and 1 on the right of your second business center, and then 1 on the left and the right of your third business center. And then those points obviously add up and they go up to your BC1. And now you can become an executive achiever making $400 a week, but by only having 4 shares. Instead of, if you have 1 business center active, you need 8 shares in order to make $400. If you have 3 business centers active by having a 200-point auto order, now you only need 1 share on each leg, and you're making $400 a week. You with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make
Yes.
sense? It makes sense, Apple?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want you guys to know, when I first saw this information, it really blew my mind how much easier the compensation plan was than what I thought, right? All you need is 1 person making $50 a week on each one of your legs, and you're making an average of you're making $400 a week every week. Okay. So now let's consider you the same as as here, right? You have 4 shares left, 4 shares right, okay? But now you can spread them out over your 3 business centers. So now you have 2 shares left and right of your 2, and 2 shares left and right of your 3, okay? Now remember, every share is worth 500 total points because they get, in order to be a share, you need 250 and 250 left and right. Totals 500. So if you have 2 shares, that's 1,000 on the left of your 2 here. 2 shares is 1,000 on the right of your 2, and the same thing with your 3. You have 2 shares on the left, which is 1,000 points. 2 shares on the right, which is 1,000 points, and then all of those points combine and go up to your BC1. Okay, so here, because you're getting paid on your first, second, and your third business center, okay, you can see the totals in the right-hand corner there. Now you're making $800 a week. And you're almost an executive goal director. Okay, so you can see how much of a benefit it is to have a 200-point auto order and to build on 4 legs. Like when you're ready and you're really sponsoring people, it's very helpful to build on all 4 of your legs and have all 3 of your business centers open. Okay, so now I just want to show you another example. Okay, so here, this is how you become an executive achiever. Sorry, this is how you become an executive achiever, right? You have 1 share on each leg. Now you're an achiever. Now, if we look at Emerald, becoming an Emerald director, okay, all you need is to teach one of these shares here. Okay, you teach one on each leg to become an achiever. Okay, and now you have 2 shares on each one of these legs as well. And remember, to be an achiever, you need 2,000 points on each side of your business center in order to get the $400 check. And then each share is worth 500 points. So if you look on the left of the two, that's 5,000 points. And on the left and on the right of the two, one achiever and 2 shares, that's also 5,000 points. And then if you look at your BC3, 1 achiever and 2 shares on the left of your BC3, and then 1 achiever and 2 shares on the right of your BC3. And now you have 5,000 points on either side of your 2, 3, and 1. So you're maxing out 3 business centers. And here, your total commission check is $3,000. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You sure, Apple?
Yeah. Can you go back one?
Uh-huh.
And can we just get the presentation at the end? Can you like email us or text us somehow the presentation so I can just look at it myself after? Is it possible?
Sure.
Thank you. I mute myself because I'm on the street.
Yeah, it's okay.
So there was like a big jump from this slide to the other slide. Are you like building on each?
Yeah, so the way that I created this is how you become achiever, right? Sorry, this is how you become achiever.
Executive achiever?
Yeah. Because all you need is 1 share on each leg. Okay? Now, the reason why I did this is because if you teach your team to also do the same thing and become achiever, okay, now basically all you need is 1 achiever on each one of your legs. And you're a freaking Emerald director making $3,000 a week.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a big jump. But I just want you guys to see an achiever is something that's very, this is funny, but it's very achievable, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you can duplicate your team becoming achiever and you have 1 on each one of your legs, you're an executive Emerald director and you're on your way to diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So, this might take you, say it takes you a year to find an achiever on each one of your legs, right? In 4 years, you're an executive Emerald director. Right? And this is just the commission. So, you're making $200,000-$300,000 a year residually just by having an achiever basically on each one of your legs.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, the achievers are going to be producing 4,000 points each because they need 2,000 points on each side.
Can you go back one, please? Okay.
Yeah, so with this one, it was just showing you in order to become an achiever with only 1 business center, you need 8 shares total spread out over your 2 legs. But if you spread out those 8 shares over 4 legs, you're basically $800 a week. You're basically an executive gold director already. Okay, now Apple, part of the reason why I really wanted to share this with you guys is just so you can see the potential, for the future, because the mistake that I made for a long time was I only built on 2 legs. I could easily be Emerald and above at this point. but I built so deep only on 2 legs. I was only getting paid on one business.
Only on one business center, you mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
To be honest, actually doing Carmen Marshall's course is what really opened my eyes to this.
But did you did you have 3 BCs activated?
I had 3 business centers activated because I wanted to keep collecting the points. And then
But you weren't building on the other legs.
I wasn't building on the insides, correct. So
Okay.
I just had 5,000 all the time on the outside of my 2 and 3, and those points were just washing. I was just losing money.
Uh-huh.
So now for people that are serious, right? I mean, you have to be at least part-time to be able to build on 4 legs, because it's not easy, right? You have to enroll people regularly. But if you can build on the 4 legs, this is really the power of our compensation plan, because you're multiplying your income.
Uh-huh.
So basically, if you have 3 business centers and you're growing on 4 legs, you have to do half the work. And if you only build on 1 business center, you have to double the amount of work that you need to do in order to make the same income. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so the things that we want to really focus on. So this is our STI system. Basically 3BC, both of you already have that, right? So that's checked off. And then, well, this should say PPS. So achieving your PPS, which is your lifetime matching bonus. Okay, Apple, you have achieved your lifetime matching bonus, and INTA, that's what we're working on with you at the moment. And then as soon as we can, we really encourage people, once you're able to start building on 4 legs, then we really encourage people to bump up to a 200-point auto order and build on those 4 legs. Because just by opening up the insides and building on those 4 legs, it's going to pay for the difference between a 100 and 200-point auto order easily. Many, many, many times over. So even though a 200-point auto order, I probably pay, I don't know, maybe $500 a month, something like that, to keep all 3 of my business centers open. But it allows me to double my income. So it's a no-brainer. And most network marketing companies, to be honest, when you start rank advancing, your monthly targets keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. In USANA, you will never have more than a 200-point auto order, even if you're like Bill and Jenny and you have 64 business centers open, right? You'll never have to pay more than $500 to keep your business centers open. If you're in any of these other network marketing companies that have targets, the more money that you make, the more you have to sell in order to get your commissions. So in USANA, we don't do that at all.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like say for example, Herbalife, New Skin, these other companies, as you rank advance, the monthly target that you have to sell in your team grows and grows and grows. So a lot of times for these big leaders, they get down to the end of the month and they have to either buy product in order to get paid, or they have to, a lot of them push their downline to sell, and they end up selling products to their downline and doing all kinds of weird things. So because the USANA compensation plan is not like that, right? We don't have that target. It's a lot more relaxed. Bill and Jenny make over $300,000 a week, and all they ever have to pay is $500 a month to stay commission eligible. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so 3 business centers. Make sure everyone gets their PPS. Again, we encourage people to bump up to a 200-point auto order as soon as you're able to start building on 4 legs. Okay, you don't have to have a 200-point auto order if you haven't enrolled anyone, and it may be too soon. Or if you're somebody that likes to sell products and you're selling them retail so that you can make a little bit of extra cash, having a 200-point auto order is very helpful if you're selling products. Like what you're doing, Apple, with the trials,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's probably very easy to carry a 200-point auto order if you're selling a lot of trials, because you need the product on hand in order to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing is the daily method of operation. Okay, you will hear me just hammering about this as time goes on, because I really believe that this is the thing that makes the biggest difference. Like one of the things I can say that Inta has done incredibly well without hardly any coaching in this area is she has really committed to contacting 10 people a day. And she's like every night updating, who she's talked to, who she's meeting people on the street. She's getting people's phone numbers. She's calling them. So she's really staying committed to that 10 new people a day, which is amazing. So a daily method of operation, that's the DMO. Okay, this is your personal productivity. So when it comes to the daily method of operation, in the beginning, we really encourage people to treat it like a job, right? Like if you had a boss, your boss wouldn't tolerate you, if you have something that you have to do each day, like say, for example, your job for the day is to contact 10 people. You don't get to go report back to your boss at the end of the day and say, hey, I wasn't able to get it done. I had a lot of other things going on. You want to, if you're able to really treat this like a job, and even if you're the boss, but you're able to create that consistent action every day, that's what's going to get you the biggest results. And the things that we want people focusing on are 5 to 10 presentations a week, and enrolling 1 or 2 new people a week. Okay, either customers or business partners. So if you're enrolling 1 or 2 people a week, that's 4 to 8 new people a month. That's like what, 50 to almost 100 people a year. Okay, it's going to be very easy to get you those achievers and those shares that we were talking about before if you're just taking that consistent action daily. So you end up doing 260 presentations a year, and out of that, if you look at the law of averages, which is basically every 10 presentations you do, you get 1 person to join, and you'll get two preferred customers. Every 10 presentations, you'll average 2 customers and 1 new associate. So if you do the math there, you're looking at 25 new associates and 50 preferred customers. And again, if you spread that out over the 4 legs, you're going to be making really consistent income. So Apple, this, but for you, Inta, I really recommend that people I use a Google Calendar, and I'm very, like, if you look at my calendar, it's all sectioned out. When I'm going to do my meditation, my exercise, my DMO, all of my calls right there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm using a calendar. I'm just using it in my phone, but maybe I would start using that Calendly, right? It's called Calendly.
I use Calendly, yeah, so that people can just choose the times, because ultimately, like, for example, if you're working with 2 or 3 people and everybody's asking you your schedule, it just becomes really difficult. But if you can just send the Calendly, you just tell them, look, you schedule it whenever it's convenient for you.
Okay.
It's amazing.
All right.
So we recommend at least 1 hour a day. So if you're somebody that's doing USANA part-time and you do it, 5 or 6 days a week, 1 hour a day, that's 5 to 10 hours a week that you're putting into your business. There's no reason why you can't create the results that we're talking about here, just doing the business, 1 to 2 hours a day. Very simple. And then always making sure that you're doing, 30 minutes of personal development a day. And for the new people like Inta, I know that I've sent you the picture of the GoPro book. I really recommend going through the GoPro book as many times as possible. I probably listened to it, no kidding, like 50 times the first year that I was in the business. We have a study guide that goes with that book. And then also if you look at the new training website that I've given you guys, basically what they've done is they've taken the GoPro book and they've on the website, they've broken the book down into its little sections, and they give you basically actions that you can take just using the GoPro book. So
What
basically,
training website are you talking about?
I sent you, it's called The Process. It was created by Brian Belke, and Jared Krebs was also in on it, and a number of the big USANA leaders in the US. They created a training website called The Process.
You sent that?
I sent it into the group with the link, the login details, and then also a video of me going through the website and sort of giving a little bit of a tour on how to use the website.
I don't know if you sent it.
For sure I sent it. I know, 100%.
Like recently?
I believe last week.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm just going to turn off my notifications here.
I think I didn't get to that yet too. Can you just resend it just in case? Because somehow I think I didn't get to it yet.
So if you, yeah, I'll put it in the group when we're finished.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're doing your DMO, your daily method of operation, basically what that means is only doing income producing activities. So your daily method of operation isn't setting up your website or doing personal development or doing social media ads or any of those things, right? Your DMO is 1 hour where you're doing what we call IPAs, income producing activities. And your IPAs are prospecting, inviting, presenting, following up, closing, and promoting. Okay, those are the only skills that make you money in USANA. So prospecting means finding new people, basically, and qualifying them. Okay, if you guys want to see me doing prospecting, I've recorded a couple of videos of me on Instagram, basically just screen sharing what I'm doing. Prospecting has become, like breathing for me. It's very easy. You can meet new people all the time. She's out doing it, meeting people in public. So that's also a version of prospecting, just meeting new people.
Yeah, I usually meet in public because in finance, I used to have a boss and she paid me to get her like 20, 30 names and numbers a day. So I became really good at it.
That's great. That's a hugely, that's a very high paying skill. It's amazing. So yeah, prospect and then inviting and the contacting is just simply offering people to take a look at USANA. Okay, it doesn't mean selling them anything. It doesn't mean offering them the business. It means just saying to somebody, I'm working on something exciting at the moment. Would you be open to taking a look at a new opportunity? Very, very simple. And then presenting is actually the process of showing someone the health and the freedom of aspect of USANA, and then guiding them to a decision. Sometimes we call that closing. Okay, now presenting, you can do a couple of different ways. You use the PowerPoint presentation, and you can take somebody through that presentation on Zoom, or you can use videos. So you can show somebody the health side and then also a couple of videos about the business, and that is essentially a health and freedom presentation. And then after that, I really recommend you scheduling a call with me, and then we can go through the closing process together. But that's essentially presenting. And then following up just means once you've already shown somebody the presentation or you've sent a couple of videos to them, you want to continue that follow-up process. And that means moving from appointment to appointment using third-party tools, which means like a video or an article from Ask the Scientist, or basically you're meeting with them, and then in between the meetings you're sharing information, and then the point of the next meeting is simply to review the information that you shared with them in between the appointments. So moving people from appointment to appointment is the process of follow-up. And then the last thing is closing. So guiding someone through the process of either selecting the products that they want, or actually enrolling in the USANA business and getting them started. And then, as Eric Worre says, the highest paid skill of network marketing is actually promoting. And promoting doesn't mean just telling people about what's happening. It means like actually getting people excited to attend a convention, attend a training, any of these things. So these are the 6 income producing activities that you do during your DMO every day. And if you guys want to do a live DMO session with me, all you have to do is schedule it in. It's very simple. We basically do 15 minutes of prospecting, 15 minutes of inviting, 15 minutes of follow-up, and that's it. Once you get good at it, you can do anywhere from sort of 5 to 10 new contacts, 5 to 10 invitations, 5 to 10 follow-ups, and that will keep your pipeline full. If you can, your pipeline is like the funnel, right? It's like a funnel is, you've seen that when you put, like, say, milk in a jar, right? You pour the milk in at the top, and then it goes through the funnel into the bottle. A funnel, it starts very big, right? You put all your prospects in there, and then it gets smaller as you get to the bottom. As you're sending them videos, some people will fall out because they're not a good prospect, or they're not interested, whatever. So if you can keep your funnel full, this is the key in any kind of sales, but in this business as well, right? You want to be constantly meeting new people and then putting them into the funnel, and then simply guiding them through the funnel. So the keys to maximizing the USANA business plan are auto orders. Okay, this is really the key of our entire compensation plan. You have to be on auto order, and then you have to teach your associates and your preferred customers to be on auto order. This is what creates the residual nature of our compensation plan, because we don't have targets, right? But if everybody's set up in an auto order, that means if you have 100 people on a 100-point auto order, that's 10,000 points. Okay, so that's automatically, $2,000 a week that you're making. And if you think about what we talked about earlier, if we can teach people to build on 4 legs, open up 3 business centers, and be on a 200-point auto order, now your income is automatically doubled. If you can teach everybody to make solid income on a weekly basis and get them on a 200-point auto order, now that's if you have 100 people that are on 200-point auto order, right? That's $20,000. Okay, so you can literally double your income just by teaching people how to carry a 200-point auto order. This also came from Carmen Marshall's Soulcraft program, Apple. I don't know if you remember that part. So the keys are...
Sorry, can you repeat that? I was typing.
Which part?
What you got from Carmen Marshall?
The auto orders, how important the auto orders are, and also the importance of teaching people how to get up to a 200-point auto order.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Because a lot of people, they think, oh my God, 200 points, that's a lot of money that they have to spend each month, right? Mm-hmm. But if you can get them to understand, you're not just paying that money, right? If you're using that to reinvest in terms of selling products, right? And also you're doubling your earning potential. So if you have a 200-point auto order, it's not like you're spending that money each month. You're investing that to get the return. Mm-hmm. It's just about changing the mindset. But if you can teach people to make consistent money each week, having a 200-point auto order is easy. It helps them double their income. And if you think about it on a macro level, if you have 10 people that are on a 100-point auto order, right? That's 1,000 points. If you have 10 people on a 200-point auto order, that's 2,000 points. So you've literally doubled your income. So Carmen has totally shifted the way that I see this whole process. 4 legs, double your income potential. 200-point auto order, double your income potential. Jared actually teaches the same thing. If you watch his video on the short and the long-term possibilities from the compensation plan, he's got like an 18-minute video. It's very good. He talks about this as well.
Okay.
So auto orders, making sure everybody's making money every week. Okay, even if it's a little bit of money, just teach them to make a little bit of money each week and increase their weekly check. And then if you just duplicate, right? So if you're doing your DMO and you're on auto order and you're making money each week, all you have to do is teach your new people to do the same thing. Be on auto order, make money each week. Okay, so you're just duplicating these simple steps with them. Okay, we don't want to be doing super complicated things. DMO, weekly income, auto order. Just duplicate that. And when you teach your team to make income every week with auto orders, they stay on auto order and they stay active in the business. The only reason why people quit the business is because they're not making enough money to cover their auto order and to justify their time. So we want to get, this is more sort of in the Asian market, but the ultimate goal is not rank advancing by playing money games, right? Which means just pumping money into your business in order to rank advance quickly. Okay, this creates really unstable income. People can rank advance really quickly and then their income goes down. So they're having businesses that go up and down all of the time. Okay, this is not being unstable, whether it's in your mind or in your hormones or in your bank account. It's not a good strategy. Okay, a lot of times people will come in and they'll buy their rank advancements, right? So they'll spend their own money across their business centers in order to look good, in order to rank advance. But having a rank advancement without the solid income, it's the wrong mindset. So the focus is on the process, not on the outcome. As William always says, you want to marry the process and divorce the outcome. So don't worry about the results and the ranks and everything. Really focus on the process, your daily method of operation, your daily action. Get really, really good at that, and the outcome will be guaranteed. So here's the 3-step process that we always teach people. Okay, you meet people either on the street, like Inta's been doing, or simply, meet people on Instagram like I do every day. And then what I do is something called a discovery call. So you get to know them a little bit. Hey, I would say, hey, Inta, I can see that, you really love traveling and you're into flying and you like networking in these amazing communities. That's really amazing. How long have you been flying, right? Build rapport, build connection with people, and then just say, hey, listen, it's been really getting to know you. I'm just, I'm wondering if you'd be open to taking a look at something exciting. I'm working on a new project. And then just get them on a call with me, preferably. Okay, and then we do something called discovery, which means on the call, just find out, I find out what they're up to at the moment. What are some of the goals that they have in the future? Is what they're doing right now going to be able to get them to where they want to be in the future? And if not, this could be a vehicle that can help them get there. And then after just spending a little bit of time building connection on that discovery call, finding out what their need is, right? Trying to discover, which means to uncover something that's already there, right? People have needs. We want to just sort of discover what that is. Then you move into the presentation part where you send them a couple of videos and then schedule the follow-up. And then after that, we do a closing call together where we say to them, you know, look, you've looked at a lot of information up to this point, and then we walk them through the closing process. So I'll be taking you guys through that process later on. Okay, we're going to go through inviting, presenting, following up, closing. We're going to go through all of that together. So does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. So that's, you know, I really just wanted to kind of show you guys this is our system. Okay, I don't know. I know what some of the other leaders do, and you know, this is our system. 3BC, 200-point auto order, build on 4 legs, make sure you're making weekly income, and stay on auto order, focus on DMO. That's our whole system. Simple. And if you can teach that to all your new people, you will do just fine in this business. You'll make lots of money, and you'll help a lot of other people make money for themselves as well.
Woohoo.
Any questions about that?
Sounds great.
Okay, I will send you the recording of this and also the presentation. Don't worry, you guys, too much about really knowing everything about the compensation plan right now. That will come in time. It took me a while, like a year, to really understand the compensation plan. You'll get to know it more and more when the time comes, when it's time to place people left and right, and I'll walk you through that process as we go through this together. So I wanted you to just sort of see the basics today.
Okay, and if you can send your Instagram prospecting, I would love to take a look.
Okay. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes. Okay, very good. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, then I will wrap this up. And as soon as the recording is finished, I will upload it onto YouTube, and then I'll send it into the group, and then I'll send the PowerPoint as well. And then Apple, I'll make sure that I resend the process website in there.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I
There's
didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I pay, I think, $12 a month. It's really, you can get your own if you guys want to get your own. It's only $12 a month.
What is it? What is it?
It's called The Process. It's an online training and development system that was created by some of the leaders in USANA. It's a subscription thing, but I've given you guys my login, where they take the GoPro book, and there's little modules. All you do is you click on module 1, 2, 3. It takes you through, you know, what's a preferred customer, and it takes you through inviting, following up, closing. It's got all the funnels. There's a whole step-by-step process for how to master the basics in USANA, all in there. It's really amazing. And in there, they give you 2 links, actually, that you can use for prospecting, which is 2 separate landing pages that these guys have created, where one is just for customers and one is for people that are both interested in the product and the business. You can just send them the link, and it's got about 3 or 4 videos on one landing page. So you just send it to your customer, and when they open it up, it looks like a web page, and then it's got a couple of videos that they can watch about each of the things. So you can use those as prospecting links. Very, very simple. So you can see it all in there.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. It's getting dark out. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
look at my skin. I went golfing. I went golfing today.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
saw somebody deep posted a picture like you were wearing an orange shirt and you matched your shirt.
That was just the other day. I was outside doing that I don't know if you saw the Instagram video of me doing my workout outside. I just
With
got
the kettlebells.
Yeah, I just got
Do you wear sunblock?
no.
Tel Aviv sunblock?
I didn't today. I have it for sure. Anyway. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I'm going to be on the Landmark Forum this weekend. So that's 3 days. I'm going to be from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. So I will be tied up for the next couple of days. But I'll be back in action on Monday. So send me any questions that you have. I can read all my texts and everything at night, so we can stay connected.
Thank
Enjoy
you so
your
much.
language forum.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.